Hello and welcome to Zen Dragon Studio. I'm Abby and this is your Wake Up the Body morning flow. So this is a beginner's flow and we're just going to move through mostly standing postures, go through a couple flow sequences just to gently wake up the body and prepare for our day. So if you're ready to begin, go ahead and meet me seated on your mat. We don't need any props today, so I'll see you there. All right, so go ahead and find a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can rock forward and back to find center, rock side to side, gently come into center. When you're ready, you can close your eyes. This is the morning, just really allow yourself to come into this space, let go of anything that's coming up. Just allow yourself to gently begin to wake up and become aware of your breath, not trying to change it, just noticing it to come into the present moment. Good, and tuck your chin in towards your chest, keeping the eyes closed. Gently roll right ear to right shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can place your left fingertips on the mat. Just breathe here. Go ahead and bring your left hand back to rest atop your thigh. Roll chin to chest, come back to center. Go ahead and roll your left ear to your left shoulder, stretching into the right side of the neck. If you want a little bit more, you can place your right fingertips on the mat and breathe here. Go ahead and bring your right hand back to the top of your thigh. Roll back to center, chin to chest. We'll just pause here for a moment, stretching the back side of the neck. Go ahead and lift your head back up, and you can begin to open your eyes. All right, so let's transition to the top of your mat. So come standing at the top of your mat, feet about hip width distance, shoulders over hips. And just take a breath here. We're gonna go into 4A sun salutations. So go ahead and inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the palms to heart center. Take a breath to prepare. Then inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forward, hinging from the hips, bringing your fingertips as close to the mat as possible. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come into plank, and then you can lower into chaturanga or cobra. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, come into down dog, and we'll pause here for 4 breaths. It's okay if your heels don't come to the mat. If you're doing this in the morning, it's probably your first practice. It's my first practice today. You can walk out your dog a little bit. Just allow your hamstrings to just gently open. And gaze forward, make your way to the top of the mat. You can walk forward, jump, hop, or step. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring the palms to heart center. We got 3 more. I'll guide the next one, and then the last 2 can be the rhythm of your own breath, and you can guide yourself. So go ahead and inhale, your arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forward, hinging from the hip, into forward fold, coming down as far as you can. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. And exhale, step back into plank, lowering into chaturanga or cobra, and inhaling into upward facing dog. And exhale, send your hips back into downward facing dog. And take a few breaths here, maybe bending the knees or finding stillness. Whatever you need to help wake up your body this morning. Go ahead and gaze forward, make your way back to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring the palms to heart center. We're going to do 2 more. I'm going to let you guide yourself with your own breath. So follow the rhythm of your own breath. If you're not sure where you're at, feel free to gaze up at me, or you can close your eyes. Whatever you need to really come into your body and wake up for the day. So on you, inhale. One more, the rhythm of your own breath. Next time you come at palms to heart center, the top of your mat, go ahead and pause here. Just take a couple breaths. All right, so we're gonna move into our next posture, which is a forward fold. We're gonna do dynamic and static. So go ahead, make sure you're top of the mat, feet about hip width distance. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hip. Inhale, the arms back up. Exhaling to fold forward. You can bend the knees as much as you need to so your fingertips reach the mat. Inhale, come back up, arms up overhead. And exhale to fold forward, bringing the fingertips to the mat. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Just really allow the back side of your body to open. Making sure to bend into your knees as much as you need to so your upper body can completely relax. And go ahead and inhale the arms back up overhead. And exhale, just bring your hands down by your side. Just take a moment here. All right, so moving into extended side angle. Go ahead and step your right foot back. Turn your right foot so that it's parallel with the long edge of your mat. Your left foot is out at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to go ahead and bend into that right knee, knee over your ankle. Gently rest your right arm on top of your thigh and reach your left arm over. Really allowing the left side of your body to open. Want to make sure we're not dumping into this arm. You don't want to be here. You want to just have it be resting, but not, you're not putting your weight into your arm. It's not necessarily supporting you, it's just relaxing. Just a couple more breaths. And inhale, come back up. And we're going to switch sides. Turning your right foot about 45-degree angle, left foot parallel with the long edge of your mat. Go ahead and bend into left leg. Make sure your knee is in line with your ankle or slightly pulled back if this is too intense. Resting your left arm top of your thigh and reaching your right arm up overhead, allowing the right side of the body to open. Just take a few breaths here. Really feeling into the strength of your legs, while also getting a nice stretch. And inhale, come back up and make your way back to the top of your mat and pause here. All right, so our next posture is Warrior One. So go ahead and step right foot back. You want your right foot parallel along edge of your mat. Go ahead and move it out towards the right a little bit so that your hips are square, facing forward. Left foot angled out about 45 degrees. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend into the knee, knee over ankle, keeping the knee bent. Inhale, come back up. 3 more, just like that. Exhaling, come down. Fingertips as close to the mat as you can. Inhaling to come back up. And exhaling, back down. Inhaling, come back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, arms up and hold here. If you need to, you can kind of come out a little bit, but we want to make sure our knee doesn't go over our ankle. And just breathe here, really scissoring the legs together, keeping your hips square, facing forward. Almost there. And go ahead and straighten your right leg. Switch to the other side. Go ahead, left leg parallel, long edge of the mat, right foot angled out 45 degrees. Bring your left leg a little bit out to the side so that your hips are square facing forward. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, bend into that knee, knee over ankle, and fingertips to the mat. Inhale, keep the knee bent, arms up. And exhale, come back down. Inhale up. You can always come out slightly if this is too intense. Exhale, come back down. Inhale up. One more. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. And inhale the arms up and hold here. Scissoring the legs together, keeping them strong, bringing your belly button in towards your spine. Really full body strength. Couple more breaths. And go ahead and straighten your left leg and step your feet together at the top of your mat. Take a breath here. All right, moving into Warrior Two. Once again, right foot steps back, parallel long edge of the mat. This time, our left foot parallel to the short edge, heel to arch alignment. Go ahead and bend into that right knee, knee over ankle, arms up, shoulder height, gaze over that right hand. Inhale to straighten that right leg. And exhale, bend that knee. All right, 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale, come into Warrior Two and hold here. Keeping your belly button in towards your spine, arms lifted, legs activated. Just a couple more breaths. Go ahead and inhale, straighten, and we're going to switch to the other side. So turning your right foot forward, left foot out, heel to arch alignment. You might have to adjust your legs a little bit. Bringing your arms up, shoulder height, gaze over left hand, bend into that knee, knee over your ankle. Inhale to straighten your leg. Exhale to come into Warrior Two. 3 more. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale, come into the pose and hold here. And inhale, straighten, and step your feet together, top of the mat. Taking a couple breaths here. We got one more standing posture before we move to the mat, and that is chair pose. Bring your feet a little bit closer together to hip width, or a little bit closer. And go ahead and inhale to sit your hips back like you're sitting in a chair. And we're going to hold here. You really want to make sure your weight is kind of towards the back, more into your heels, as if you were about to sit down. Just go as low as you can. You don't have to go super deep here. This isn't necessarily a squat. Just go to your depth and hold there. You're really activating all the muscles in your legs, your glutes, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Almost there. And inhale, straighten your legs. That one's a little tough to hold sometimes. All right, we're gonna do a half sun salutation and transition to the mat. Go ahead and inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat. Go ahead and just step back into downward facing dog, unless you want to do chaturanga up dog, another vinyasa. It's perfectly fine. Just make your way into down dog. Just take a moment to notice how much more open your legs feel now than your first down dog that we did at the beginning. So on your next inhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, dropping the belly towards the mat, broadening the chest. And exhale, sit back into child's pose. Inhaling to come forward into cat, dropping the belly. And exhaling, tuck the toes and the hips back into downward facing dog. I'm going to go a few more times just like that. Inhale, knees to the mat, cat pose, broaden the chest, drop the belly. Exhale, sit back, child's pose. Inhale, come into cat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into cat. Exhale, child's. Inhale, cat. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do one more. Inhale, cat. Exhale, child's. Inhale, cat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come back into a tabletop position. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. We're just going to do some regular cat-cow, closing the eyes. Inhaling to drop the belly towards the mat, broadening the chest. And exhaling to arch your spine. Inhaling, dropping the belly. And exhaling to arch. Continue like this, the rhythm of your own breath. Just a few more breaths. If you want to, you can do kind of barrel rolls where inhaling, coming down, and then exhaling, rounding back up, just making circles. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction if you're rolling. Go ahead and find neutral tabletop and just sit back on your heels, diamond pose, closing the eyes. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can just take a regular seated position. And just breathe here, really feeling the effects of our practice today. Go ahead and make your way into a seated position once again on your mat. Comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe rocking forward and back, finding center, side to side, coming into center, slightly tucking the chin towards the chest to elongate the spine. And close your eyes if you open them to transition. And just begin to breathe here. Just noticing how your body feels. If you feel more energized and awake, your muscles are more active. Feel yourself being nourished and energized, ready to take on the rest of your day. And just focus on your breath and the energy pulsing through you. Begin to come back to the moment. We're ready to seal our practice today. Feel free to spend as much time as you need here, but if you're ready to end your practice today, go ahead and inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. Taking a moment here to thank yourself for stepping on your mat today, taking some time to connect to yourself and give yourself some energy for your day. And take one deep inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh out the mouth. Beautiful. Go ahead and begin to open your eyes. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you feel awake and energized and ready for your day. And I will see you in our next flow. Namaste.